6:39 this morning. A lot happening this weekend. Might I say, though, that sunrise is so nice. It's start of a brand new, beautiful day, I should say.
That's right. The thing that you can just barely see in this picture, though, is the wind continuing, the flag waving there over downtown Macon. That's going to kind of be the story through the day today. Clear skies, but the wind definitely going to be blowing across central Georgia. Temperature is also going to be cooler down into, we'll say, the low 70s for highs before we're in the 80s by the time we get to Sunday. Here's a live look again over downtown. We're at 53 right now. Winds out of the west at 12. And later on this afternoon, we're going to get into the low 70s. And that is it. Across central Georgia this morning, mid to low 50s, 55 in Warner Robins, 51 in Perry, 50 out the door in Fort Valley, 54 in Dublin, 51 in Butler, and 52 over in Thomaston this morning. We zoom out and look out down to the south, 55 in Rochelle, 54 in McRae, and 55 over in Vidalia. The radar picture, it's going to look like this for quite a while, probably the next week or so. Not seeing any rain chance across central Georgia, thanks in part to high pressure that's off to the west beginning to build in the systems from earlier in the week, now moving off the coast and not a concern for us any longer. Here we go with the wind gusts today, upwards of 25 miles an hour by the time we get to the noon hour, and then getting close to 30, if not over 30 at their peak later this afternoon, 31 potentially in Milledgeville. That is going to include up in Augusta as well. The Masters tournament going on up there, looking at another windy afternoon. The wind made things interesting yesterday there for the Masters. Now, future view today, going to show you 70 by the noon hour and then low 70s for most of us later on today. A couple areas, especially up to the north and west, we'll say Eatonton, Monticello, Forsyth, maybe over towards Thomaston, staying in the 60s this afternoon. We all fall down into the mid 40s later on tonight for your Saturday morning. And then for Saturday afternoon, we're going to get a couple degrees warmer. We'll say mid 70s. And then that's going to start a warming trend as we get into next week, starting off mid 40s, close to 50 by the time we get to Sunday morning, and then low 80s there for Sunday afternoon. So your weekend forecast, tons of sun to go around for the Dogwood Festival, 77 on Saturday, 83 there on Sunday. Again, looking at cool mornings and warm afternoons. As we get into next week, not looking at any big weather maker across central Georgia, maybe some clouds on Monday and Tuesday. Outside of that, we are going to remain rain-free into the end of next week. At least that's the way things look at the moment. All right, up in Augusta today, the Masters continuing. Yep, looking at a cool afternoon into the 60s here for the morning hours, 70s later this afternoon. But again, the story today, like yesterday, is going to be the wind out of the northwest and the west, sustained at 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusting potentially up to 30 miles an hour up there at Augusta National. Back here in central Georgia, out the door today, our average high is 77. We are going to make it to about 73 later this afternoon, and that is going to do it for us in central Georgia. So below average, sunny skies. They're going to continue. Again, gusty winds up to 30, sunrise at 7:08. Then the sun will dip below the horizon tonight around 8:03. An overnight low temperature of 45 just before sunrise tomorrow morning. Here's your 7-day forecast. Warming up across central Georgia. 83 on Sunday is going to give way to 85 on Monday, and we are going to be looking at most of next week in the mid 80s. Again, some clouds building in by the time we get to Tuesday, but that does not translate to a rain chance. Looking at a dry stretch of days across central Georgia.